If you notice, my writing is very scruffy, and your writing needs to be neat because someone else is going to read it, your teacher, but no one else was going to read my story. But the reason why my writing is scruffy is because I spent 15 years working as a journalist, and I only use shorthand. And shorthand is a way that journalists or secretaries, other people, are able to write quickly. Because most people speak at about 100 words a minute. But if you were writing in longhand, you can only write at about 20 words. So shorthand was a way for me to be able to write quickly so I could record accurately what people were saying. And I learned the T-line version of shorthand. And it looks quite complicated, but actually it's quite simple. So what you do is you take the vowels out of words in the middle. You leave them if it's at the beginning of a word. Say apple, the A you would leave. But you would take out the end vowel, which would be the E. So what are the other vowels? Let's think about it. What are the 5 vowels? Take a second to think. A, E, I, O, U. So if you take the vowels out of words, you can get rid of quite a lot of letters. And then what shorthand does is, the T-line version I learned is, it makes each letter smaller really. So I say a P is like that. So it's just the stalk of the P, and you take off the round bit at the top. And say with a H, say that's a H. Again, it's just a stalk, and you take off that bit. And that enables you to write fast. And I had to get to the speed of 100 words a minute. And it took a long time. It was easy to learn the alphabet, but then it took a long time to develop the speed, and it hurt your wrist. You had to really, really practice to get faster. So I've sent a worksheet to your teacher, and if you have your worksheet, maybe you could write your name in shorthand now. How would you spell it out? Like Harry, if your name was Harry, say, it'd be H, R, that's an R, and then a Y at the end. It would go like that. That'd be Harry. So, or Harriet would be H, R, and then a T above the R. So, but nowadays, with modern technologies, people use dictaphones or they use video cameras. So you don't really have to use shorthand as a journalist. There's only one place where you're not allowed to take video cameras and dictaphones. Does anyone know what that place is? Just take a second to think and I'll tell you. Well, it is in a courthouse. If you go into court, you are not allowed to take cameras. I know sometimes on TV there's Judge Judy and Judge Rinder, but they are not criminal courts, they're civil. It's like a civil court, but in criminal courts you're not allowed to take cameras. So you have to, people, if you ever see them in the news, is artist impressions of the accused.